You said that women are misguided. We are not misguided. We do not need you to shepherd us.
Okay. I see what the tone is. The tone is, it's supposed to be men's rights versus womanism, but what it actually is, as opposed to being the middle ground, is it's left-leaning hogwash. Okay, I see. Okay, so notice, they got a smug fat guy to represent men's rights. So, how are they painting men's rights? The girl who's a womanist, she's skinny, she's attractive, you know, and then look at this guy. You see what I'm saying? So what are they saying about guys that care about men's rights? What they're saying is that those guys are losers. Those guys are eye cells. Like, again, like, how is that okay? Oh, by the way, you can tell everything about, like, look at her expression. She has this condescending, negative expression. Also, nose ring is a red flag.
Hello.
Would you call yourself a feminist?
I would.
Yes, an intersectional feminist.
Of course.
If you hear the word feminism, what comes to mind? Marxism?
To me,
Wait, that guy's an actual incel.
You see, Hasan? Like, so Hasan goes right into the ad hominems, right? Like, there's no capacity for critical thought. It's just literally, bam! That guy's an eye cell. He can't get laid. But here's the thing. The truth is that they purposely chose this guy because they knew what effect it would have. They didn't choose a strong man. They didn't choose a good man. They chose that guy. And they did it on purpose.
If anyone agrees with that guy, dude, that's pathetic. I'm sorry. But that guy's like a straight up insult. He's been on like many fucking Jubilee videos, okay?
So again, Hasan's argument is this. He's fat, therefore I don't agree with him. He can't get laid, therefore I don't agree with him. That's terrible logic, right? Just because a guy is fat doesn't mean he doesn't make, you know, legitimate points. But still, I'm insulted that that's who they would choose to represent men's rights. It's actually an insult to the viewer, right? Because that's not an equal debate. Why didn't they make the womanists fat? And you know why. Hello and welcome to heliosblog. My name is Helios, here for another reaction video. If you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit the sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content, patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe to the Nebula tier. Or you could drop me a donation like Tom M. Link is in the description. All right, let's continue.
He's like, I mean, first of all, like, come on. He's literally been on like all of the Jubilee videos where he's like, isn't he kind of like what do you call it? Isn't he kind of like the fucking like low key white nationalist too? Yeah, he's got some big ass calves, but what are you gonna do?
Hasan doesn't comment that the guy is fat and unattractive, but again, they chose this guy, and it's shameful, frankly, because what does it say? It says men that care about men are losers. That's what the medium is, the message, guys. So the girls are like attractive, right? The guy is a fat loser, right? So who should we side with? The attractive people that care about themselves and their body, or this guy? Do you see what I'm saying? So before the argument has even happened, it's already over, because they've stacked the deck, as it were, to favor one side. And obviously Hasan is just going to go straight for the ad hominems because no capacity for critical thought. So I don't expect him to see this. But
He's literally wearing the same clothes. Yeah, true.
Feminism, what comes to mind? Marxism?
to me,
Yeah, feminism says Marxism to me too. Yeah.
is fair.
so womanism is cultural Marxism, basically. Like, everyone is equal regardless of ability or effort, right? Like, yes, everyone is equal in terms of their value as a human being. You know, every human life is precious. But not everyone has an equal contribution to society, and not everyone is equal, because not everyone puts in equal effort or has equal ability. And it's absolutely ridiculous to yeah, and then you know, womanism says like, oh, promotion of women's rights for the purpose of you know, making women equal to men. No, if it was about equality, it would be called equalism, but it's not about equality. It's about female supremacy, right? And just look at basically every operative social convention in 2022 and tell me that they're not female favored. Tell me we live in a patriarchy in 2022. We don't. If we did, there would be some laws that favored men. There aren't. The laws favor women almost universally.
I think that it's unfortunately misguided.
Feminism is a flawed movement.
When you hear the phrase men's rights, what comes to mind?
Aggression.
Advocating for the human rights of
What? Aggression? It's not aggressive to care about men. What? Again, that's ad hominems, right?
man as a class.
I start laughing.
Wow. Again, okay. So, they say that womanism is a movement about equality, right? But when you mention men's rights, the girl starts laughing. What does that say, guys? What does that say? Is that a movement about equality or not? That is 100% a movement about female supremacy.
I would hope to get some insight and probably, if anything, agree on a lot more than disagreeing.
I actually hope to get a little bit more understanding of why some men think this way.
Do you think...
Is he Turkish? He sounds Turkish.
...rights activists and feminism?
We'll see.
Yeah, that's a no.
Okay, let me just fucking say something, all right? There are annoying rad femmes, we all know, okay? I'm just gonna start off by saying shit that most people are not, most people will, new people at least, will be surprised to hear me say, okay? There are definitely white feminists out there that are fucking annoying as shit.
Did he just say there's white womanists that are bad? Are you saying that if they're not white, they're not bad? It's not about race. It's about ideas. If their ideas are bullshit, it doesn't matter what their race is. What are you talking about, Hasan? Hasan! This is not about, like... So Hasan fully believes in, like, the victim stack, or whatever you call it. Like, depending on your stats, quote unquote, you have a different status based on your level of victimhood. No, Hasan! No, Hasan!
There are definitely some feminists out there who like go way over the top, and
that is true.
In my opinion, as a guy, I don't really, I don't know how much that would be important to other feminists, but like, there are definitely feminists out there who aren't really doing the best advocacy for feminism. Okay,
here's the thing. So Hasan is saying that he's using the no true Scotsman fallacy, right? He's saying a real womanist is actually about equality, and the crazy womanists are wrong. No. All the womanists are about female supremacy, and have been from the beginning of the movement. But here's the irony. Are you ready? The guy's Instagram handle is Hasan the Hun, and yet he believes this shit. Like, it's a reference to Attila the Hun, right? Yeah, Attila the Hun's, like, thoughts were not like yours, Hasan. Don't associate yourself with a strong man. Don't you dare. It's highly disrespectful. Like, Hasan, you're about as far away from Attila the Hun as you can possibly be. Like, okay.
So, having said that, though, feminism, as it's like in its normal academic understanding, is just egalitarianism. Is just
then it would be called equalism. But yes, in the dictionary, if you look up womanism, it says promoting women's rights for the purpose of equality. But that's not what the movement is, right? like, sure, it can be that on paper, and they can say, oh, no true womanist would believe in female supremacy, but the way that the movement plays out is female supremacy. So you can't be telling me that like that's BS.
Demanding equality for men and women. Okay.
No, men in 2022 are underprivileged. Women in 2022 are very privileged. Look at all of the laws. Every single law favors women. And okay, obviously this is an exaggeration, but what I mean is, divorce laws favor women. Child support laws favor women. Alimony favors women. Going to jail, like jail time, favors women. Getting hired at a legitimate corporation favors women. Going to university favors women. Every aspect of society that you can think of. Free speech favors women. Yeah. If you're a man, you can't say whatever you want, but you can go on TikTok and say men are trash, and that's allowed. But try saying the reverse. No, think about 2022 culture and tell me it's a patriarchy. It's not. Who are you allowed to criticize in 2022? Men or women? I can criticize Hasan, but when I tried to criticize Kim Kardashian, whose video got demonetized? They're both famous. Obviously, one is more famous, but still, you can criticize a man. What happens if you criticize a woman? You see? Tell me, guys. Patriarchy or matriarchy?
There are TERFs, on the other hand. There is trans exclusionary radical feminists who claim that trans women aren't really women or whatever the fuck. Then there are swerves who think that sex workers are scum, or that they shouldn't be exploiting themselves.
Again, what is this? Oh, right. It just describes how womanism has worked. Over time, it's intersected and intersected and intersected and intersected and split and split and split and split more and more until it's a total mess, right? No one knows what they actually believe because there's a billion different groups, all of which contradict each other.
And then you have the lib feminists, who are also kind of the most popular ones.
How does he know
really
this?
Really basic and annoying for the most part, that say stuff that think that Hillary Clinton becoming president is actually going to do incredible things for women just by virtue of her being a woman, when that is obviously not the case. The best example of this I can give you about this is then CSGO. React Anderson, then CSGO. Okay, the best example I can give you as far as the silliness of liberal capitalist feminism is kind of the Nike commercials, where Nike will advocate for powerful, strong female figures. Meanwhile, they're literally exploiting fucking women and young girls in factories in Indonesia.
Yeah, basically, I mean, I've already described this idea before. This idea is the following. Womanism was actually created in order to split the nuclear family, and it was done for the purpose of money, right? When you have multiple split families, more people have to pay taxes to the government, and so the government makes money off of the misery of human beings, basically. That's and it ruins the lives of men, it ruins the lives of children, it ruins the lives of women, but who cares, right? Because we get money. That's accurate.
So that kind of feminism is not necessarily bold, or that kind of feminism is not really true feminism that is uplifting women all around the world.
Oh yeah, again, the no true Scotsman fallacy. No, those womanists are not real womanists. A real womanist believes in equality. And okay, if that's the case, I want to see these womanists. Where are those womanists that say men are being treated unfairly in divorce courts? Where are those womanists that are saying, you know what? I don't want to get married because the marriage laws are unfair. They favor me too much. Where are the womanists that say, I don't think it's fair that I could cheat on a guy and I would then get the children and alimony and child support. And I don't think it's fair that I can break up a family whenever I want, but if the man, and the man suffers the consequences. Where are those womanists? Because womanism is such a, it's such a, you know, a movement about equality, right? Where are those women? Where are those womanists?
But instead just adopting the aesthetics of feminism. So there are plenty of wrong kinds of feminist movements. I've talked about this extensively. I lost literally every single person that came in from Poke's host. Holy shit. Now, having said that, though, the academic definition of feminism is totally valid, totally reasonable. Every single person in here, no matter, unless they're like straight up reactionary, would 100% agree with that.
No. Actually, I don't agree. And it's not because I'm a straight up reactionary, like you said in your ad hominem attack. Or sorry, no, that's called a straw man argument. No. That's not why I disagree. I disagree on the premise that womanism is not a movement based on equality. And if it were a movement based on equality, the women would actually fight for the men as well. And they don't. They only fight for women's rights, which means it's not a movement about equality. It's a movement about female supremacy. And there, like what laws exist in 2022 that men have, like what rules exist and are in place that men have that women don't? You know, what benefits exist that men have that women don't? I can name many, many benefits that women have that men don't. Therefore, the world favors women. Not the whole world, but the Western world. The modern Western world, 2022. Especially in the US, where Hasan is.
Now, let's talk about men's right activism for a second, okay?
Here we go.
Men's right activism is not like feminism in the sense that there isn't like an actual... there isn't like an actual thing that they're trying to address. More often than not, it's just like... more often than not, there is not like a real... there is a real inequality that they're trying to address. It's just like inherently reactionary.
No. Like, again, Hasan is he doesn't even know what to say. He doesn't know what to say because he doesn't know anything about men's right activists. He's just, you know, he has a big audience, and so like anything Hasan says is gold, right? So believe Hasan the expert. He doesn't even know what to say. He's stumbling over his own words.
It's kind of fucking stupid. There are like a few
You see?
areas.
Again, do you see what I'm saying? Hasan, if you're a womanist, then you believe in equality, right? If you believe in equality, then why are you saying that men's rights are stupid? Do you see what I'm saying, guys? So, by his own words, he has contradicted himself. He's contradicted his own definition of the thing that he purports to believe in.
There are a few areas where like men's right activists can actually advocate for inequality, advocate against inequality. For example, like men being raped and shit like that. You know what I mean? Like men being raped or I guess like men having a higher rate of suicide. Like these are problems that we need to address, right? These are very serious problems that impact men that need to absolutely be addressed. However, more often than not, like men's right activists aren't addressing that, and instead they are addressing like dumb shit. Like, well, this is a female character in a video game. What the?
Okay, Hasan. Like, I don't even know what logical fallacy this is, but he's putting words in their mouth, right? So he's saying that they're doing something that they're not actually doing, right? It's like minimization or whatever, something like that.
The fuck? Why is it? What the fuck's going on? This is bullshit. Men losing custody battles. Yeah, that's another one that like.
Yup.
I guess that's another area. Of
Mention
interest
that.
too. Okay. Let's finish it real quick. Hold on. I'm gonna DM her.
Hi, my name is Zach, and I am 24 years old.
This is Chris. I'm a PhD student at the University of Southern California, and I'm also a Title IX specialist who challenges discrimination against men on college campuses. And I'm 30 years old.
Hi, I'm Derek. I also go by Brendio. I'm a YouTuber, and I'm also known as an incel, which is an involuntarily celibate.
I'm
Woo, baby. So again, look at how the men's rights guys are portrayed. Not one of them is confident. Not one of them is like conventionally attractive, right? Like, or conventionally masculine. So, like, I don't know what to tell you guys. Like, the battle is already over before it's begun.
My name is Alicia.
And the guy labeled himself as an incel? Like, what?
I am a writer, poet, and teaching artist.
Hi, I currently work in the pet health industry, and I'm 30.
I'm 24. I'm a graduate student with a degree in health sciences, and I'm excited to be here today.
Can I get my men's rights activist in the left? And
Wait, let's just run through the fucking people again.
Poet and teaching artist.
Hi, I currently work in the pet health industry,
What the fuck?
and I'm 30.
I'm 24. I'm a graduate student with a degree in health sciences.
Okay, never mind. They're not exactly all academics on the feminism side either. Okay, I don't know what the fuck is a pet health industry, but
I'm excited to be here today.
why not just vet? Wouldn't you just say vet?
Because she doesn't work in the... She's not a veterinarian. She just grooms animals. Which means she's not an expert on anything. She just identifies womanist.
can I get my men's rights activist in the left and my feminists on the right? If you step forward, if this statement is true for you.
Okay, let's just analyze the body language for a second. Alright, are you ready? For the men. For the women, in general, they have closed body language. Women, again, rules are different for them. But, okay, look at the men. Man on the left, closed body language, and he's kind of mad to be there, but he's also overweight, obviously. Like, not exactly the representative of masculinity you want. The guy in the middle, overweight, short, wearing ugly clothes, like, it's a disaster, right? And the guy, the next guy, short, yes, he's physically fit, but look at his body language. His hands are clasped in front of his you-know-what. That's an indicator of nervousness. Not one of these three men are good representatives of masculinity. So why are they being portrayed in this video as being the representative of, or the defenders of men's rights? It's an insult, guys. It's an insult. And look, all three of the women are attractive. It's a travesty, guys. I can't stress this enough, that this is, the medium is the message, guys.
I believe men and women are different but equal.
So step forward if you believe men are different, men and women are different but equal. I actually believe that. They're different but they're equal. And when I say equal, I don't mean equal in the sense that they have equal value to society, because, like, you know, your contribution to society determines your value to society. But they are equal in terms of having value as human beings. They are equal in that respect. And look, all the girls, it's like a hive mind, right? Like, everybody's together mentality, right? That's how women are. That's fundamental.
I know as a woman that I don't have the same physical strengths. Men and women are built differently. I think whenever things are built differently, it's for a reason, right? But at the same time, the amount of limits that have been put on women historically, like the fact that not too long ago we were just allowed to like start voting. Even today, like the wage gap, just all types of
There's no wage gap. Debunked. Illegal since 1960 or 1967 or something. There's a choice gap. There is no wage gap.
stuff. Like women just don't have a lot of rights that are just, it should have nothing to do with.
What rights do women not have in 2022 that men have? Name one. Gender pay gap doesn't exist.
What gender we are to be able to be paid equally or
Yeah, you are paid equally.
respect. So
I'm gonna keep it real.
I do believe that, of course,
Okay, this guy's Turkish, I think, or something, but I'm gonna keep it real. I think these girls are gonna get rolled I'm sorry. I like, even before we start this fucking convo, men's right activists are machines, dude. Okay, they are literal machines. They are talking point machines.
Hasan is an NPC who's a talking point machine. So no, these guys are talking point machines.
They are impossible to fucking deal with, especially if you have like a couple dudes who have good memory on top of that too. Holy shit, you're fucked. He's gonna drop so many stats. He's gonna gish gallop the shit out of these women, and by the end of it, they're probably not gonna look great. Let's see.
There are biological differences between men and women. And of course, there should also be legal equality. Of course, I disagree with the idea that women face systemic discrimination. You just mentioned the wage gap, which has been debunked so many times.
Yes, debunked, as I said. Debunked. Does not exist.
I've studied evolutionary biology quite a bit. And
See, this is what I mean. Like, bitch, you're a YouTuber incel, dude. What do you mean you studied evolutionary biology quite a bit?
You can read stuff. People can read. Right now in 2022, we have more access to information than we've ever had. So, like, anyone can read up on this shit. David Boss, Steven Pinker, Godsard, etc.
Get the fuck out of here, dude. Let's see. I watched so many JF Garepi YouTube videos about where they talk about how the skull sizes of the African American is much different than the white skull size, and therefore there is a genetic differences. So yeah,
There are genetic differences between, like, white men and black men. So there can be differences. That's fine. They're mild, they're slight, but they exist. There's genetic differences between Hasan and every other human on the planet. Mild, but they exist. Between all women, mild, and they exist. Of course, other than twins. But between all men, between men and women, there are mild genetic differences. What's wrong? Like, they're not huge. Humanity is 99.9999% similar, but there are still differences, right? And of course, between men and women, there's pretty large biological differences, right? So, which means that there's genetic differences, because the thing that codes for the difference in morphology that you see between men and women is the genetic code.
Logic applies to women and men as well. All right, let's see.
men and women are very different from not just a physical, the bone structure, the neurological department as well as the chemical balances. And also, I don't believe that men and women are equal under the law either, or they should be rather. Children are not equal under the law. And it's not because we hate children, it's because we love them and we want to protect them.
So if you believe we're not equal, then that you're inferring that one would be greater than the other.
Well, so let me.
Yes. The greater one in 2022 is women. Under the law. Alright guys, we're going to end the video there. Again guys, if you're new to the channel, liking the content, hit that sub, hit all for notifications. If you'd like to support me, I do have a Patreon with exclusive content. Patreon.com/theheliosblog. Just go there and subscribe to the Nebula tier. Or you could drop me a donation like Tom M here. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to listen to the video, especially if you listen to the end. I really do appreciate it. And I will see you next time.